Okay, this is the UFlyET satellite and space elevator simulator. This is video 2. We're flying around in the original orbit, just like we where we ended up left off, and the trail's off. Now the trail is on, and I'm going to connect the dots too. So the dots are not connected. Now they are. Okay, good. Let me zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to thrust. I'm going to be using the I and K keys. You can use the up and down arrows. If you read the directions, there are some other keys you can use. Alright, right now we are coming up on apogee. I'm going to add some thrust. 1, 2, 3. You might have seen the red flames coming out. I hit the I key 3 times. That means I added 500 feet per second each time. And now that's raising the perigee. And I'll zoom in a little bit. And okay, I'll speed it up. Here we go. Speeding up. When I say speed it up, I could mean changing the time scale, or I could mean I'm actually adding thrust. So I'm going to speed it up this way. Now when I get to the perigee, you see it's in a new orbit now. I'll clip the early parts of the trail so I can see the new orbit using the clip 10% button. Now I'm going to slow it down. 1, 2, 3, right when it's at perigee. And I've changed it again. I'm getting a little more circular here. And so you can see you can use your thrust to change your orbits. I've used 3,000 feet per second. This is a kind of a running total of how many times you've hit the button. So let's zoom out, and so you can see that you can fly the thing around the Earth, and ultimately you'll see that we can fly it around the Earth, between the Earth and the Moon, and around the Moon, but that'll be later. Let's zoom in. This is the Earth elevator system. This line here is the level of geosynchronous orbit. I'm going to turn the trail off. It's getting in the way. Turn it off and clear it. Okay, and I'll slow it down a bit and clean up things. Turn the horizon off. Good. So when you zoom in and out, the velocity line doesn't change its size. It's always the same size, just so you're aware of that. It looks like it's getting bigger and smaller as it zooms, but it's not. Okay, so here's the space elevator. There's the space elevator counterweight, Earth, and 100% in my language is the distance from the surface of the Earth to geo. So that's 100%, and this ring here is at 66%. So what we're going to do is 66% is an important level. We're going to click this button. This is the grapple line of buttons. You can grapple to any elevator anywhere you want, and then you release using this button right here, the release button. So I'm going to press 66% to go and grapple. It just jumps over there and grabs onto the elevator, the cable. And right now when it's grappled, when I thrust, I'll use the I and the K button to thrust, and it doesn't go anywhere. You can use the other keys. You can use these keys to climb up and down the elevator, down, 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 up, 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 with various levels of fine control. But thrust won't get you anywhere. So you do have to release. I'm going to turn the trail on again, and connect the dots is on. Now I'm going to release it, and you'll see this is a special level, because below this level, if you release it, it will crash to the Earth, and above this level, if you release it, it will go into an orbit. And you can see that it is in an elliptical orbit, and the perigee is very, very close to the atmosphere. Doing a nice little flyby here, and that's the what you get by dropping off at 66%. So what's next? Let's go to geo level. Let's just by pressing geo. Now you see when you connect the dots, it just connects the dots between the sections of the that you were playing with. So I'm going to clear the trail. Now we're flying around at geo. We're attached to the elevator, so we can't thrust, but once we release we can, but when we release we're not going to go anywhere, because it's its geosynchronous orbit. So let's speed up the time scale here, 8x. You can see that okay, I'm going to take the dots off, and then trail off, and clear trail. Okay, and you see it's the space elevator is whipping around pretty fast, and the satellite isn't going anywhere, so we'll slow it down again. And now we can add a little thrust. I'll take away a little thrust. I'll add a little thrust. And turn the trail on. And speed it up. And now you can see that it's going into its own orbit. All right. Now let's go to Geo again. And this time we will climb the trail. Climb the elevator. I'm going to use the V key. I'm going to climb a little bit. And I'm going to release. Connect the dots. Here we go. Connect the dots. This will be good. Clip some of the trail. All right. I'm going to zoom out and release. Here we go. Zoom out. And release. Zoom in. So it releases it like a slingshot, and it goes into, instead of this being the apogee, now it's the perigee where it released from. And I'll speed it up so you can see where it goes. Sometimes in these higher orbits, when the moon gravity is turned on, it doesn't stay in a nice clean ellipse. It goes slightly differently every time. And so there you go. That's what happens when you release from different points of the space elevator.